Hello and welcome to Somebody's Heroes. We are back with the Chaosities today. I'm Eric, I'm the Dungeon Master.
I'm Katie. I play Jaden. And my favorite nighttime hobby, I forgot that I was going first, is Jaden's favorite is that she maintenances her armor and weapons.
That's a routine, not a hobby. But we'll take it. All right.
And I'm Jenna Daggers. I play Sauce, and her favorite nighttime hobby is friendship and glitter. Because it doesn't change. It's also her daytime favorite activity. And her mid-afternoon favorite activity.
I was going to say, does she have the concept of morning, noon, and night?
Nope.
She existeth, therefore she is.
Exactly. Eternal state of Sauce.
Eternal stater of Sauce.
Yeah.
Hi friends, I'm Jojo. I'm playing Vulcan Espiritu, half-dwarven pugilist. I would say their favorite nighttime hobby or activity, I feel like is breaking bottles, to be honest, but I think maybe there is a possibility that there could be a softer hobby like carving or some kind of art, a little bit of let's say wood carving if things were different.
Oh, he's got a gentler side.
That exists.
No comment.
I was waiting for a response or for Colleen to go.
I was kind of waiting for a response too, so I would wait.
No comment. I could feel you guys wanting it. Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Aww. Hi, I'm Colleen. I play Telissa, the kobold cat warlock person with existential crises. Yeah, her favorite nighttime activity, I was going to say sleeping, but I think as of late, she's going to be having lots of nightmares and stress, so I think her favorite activity is going to be just like sitting out in nature. Being a little weirdo. Just sitting and reflecting. Yeah.
On her past mistakes.
On everything, yeah. Yeah.
All right. Last but not least.
I'm Sprinkle. I'll be playing Conrad Shadowhorn, who is one of your main inventors other than my weird but friendly Archimedes mentor. But my favorite nighttime pastime is thinking of the ways that we're going to annihilate Daddy.
And we will be getting into those daddy issues a little bit later in the episode. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into all these issues. We're gonna start off after you guys get done with the that fight and getting out of the cavern tunnels. I'm gonna say, Vulcan, you are one of the two people driving the cart. You could be riding shotgun or actually driving the cart. That either one is fine. Does anyone have anything that they would like to talk with Vulcan about? Does anyone want to be the other driver with him? Don't all jump up at once.
Last time, so I'm letting someone else go.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of how Conrad would even go about doing any of that, so that's what
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Everybody knows that this is not a talking portion of the fit. I got it. No, it's fine. Whatever.
Okay.
If nobody
then
wants to
let's do
sit
this.
shotgun, I got this.
If no one wants to,
I'll sit shotgun.
we'll get there in a second. Since it took a while for you guys to respond, Vulcan, what's going up through Vulcan's mind as he's driving this wagon during a shift while they're changing shift and rotating in and out of whoever was riding next to you?
Oh, sure, yeah. I think the most prevalent thing on his mind would be the fact that he doesn't have vehicle proficiency. But, so far so good. It's really is this horse drawn?
Uh-huh.
All right, it's mostly about presence and not letting the animals know that you could be afraid of them because they'll donkey kick you right in the dome. So like it's more about bravery, but I don't think he's trying to let on that he's never done this before.
I will go ahead and give you inspiration for that. That was beautiful. And Jaden, you start to climb up into the front wagon. Go ahead and give an insight check on Vulcan to see how much of his nerves you as a human are
Can
getting.
I roll my +1 deception?
I don't think you're gonna need it.
You sure can.
All right.
Hopefully, I get
Ooh.
this out of the way starting.
16 + 1, 17 on my bluff.
I rolled a natural 1. I got a 7.
All
I'm
right.
doing well. I'm doing
You
well.
are. You wouldn't know it's his first. You don't know it's his first time driving a horse-drawn carriage.
Yeah, I just come up from the back, put my hand on his shoulder. He looks probably as fucked up as I do. I'll just give him a point of lay on hands. So I'm like moving forward into the front.
Oh, hey, Jaden. Hey, Papa, stop. What? How goes?
Yeah, it goes good, I guess.
You doing all right?
I'm in some pain, but I'm sure we're all feeling that.
Is it the physical kind of pain or the kind that sits in your chest?
No, it's definitely the physical pain.
Oh yeah, 'cause the kind that sits in your chest is the worst. You can heal that with lay on hands.
Yeah. Are you okay?
In the physical way or the kind that sits in your chest?
I'll ask about both.
Well, truth be told, they didn't harm me at all. So the point of healing was actually like a little bit of a wake me up. I was starting to doze off a little bit from boredom. So it was kind of like a hit of ginseng or caffeine,
Or a cup of coffee.
So that was quite pleasant. As far as the deep and yawning hole in my chest, well, I'm fine.
Deception and insight.
Yeah. Like, I believe less of that. Oh, well,
Ooh, I got a nat 1.
I got a natural 20.
I think it's plain to see. I think with that combination of a nat 1 and nat 20, maybe Vulcan's feeling a little trepidatious, or maybe we're headed towards. Can you refresh me, GM, on like our exact next destination point?
You are headed specifically for the Kingdom of Castamar, but more within there, you're trying to avoid Pyrrus.
Right. I think you might pick up on the fact that Vulcan is maybe in the driver's seat to not so subtly or just maybe unconsciously direct where we're going as we get closer to Castamar. And maybe there's just a little bit of anxiety of going home.
Yeah. I definitely can feel that. Jaden doesn't want to go home either.
No, like everything's like I'm fine, like physically fit. I still got it, but like, oh gosh, this job, man. I just sometimes you ever hate when you just run into people that like were part of your old life, Well, like we seen these mooks back there with the the sapphire hand, like just the mooks that were giving us a hard time before. And while I didn't necessarily know them personally, they reminded me of people that I knew. And as we're getting a little closer to home, those memories kind of, make you feel uncomfortable, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure you might have picked up on the fact that I'm from Castamere.
Yeah. No, I picked it up on regional differences, but there are some things you pick up that are similar, sure.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to going back, but it's like pulling teeth, I guess. I'm willing to if we need to. I'll do what we gotta.
Yeah.
Get through.
No, my plan is to get real good at these horses here, and with any luck, we'll just lickety split, be gone super. Like it won't. I got little legs, but not these horses. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Right. So since I'm in the driver's seat, if there's anywhere you want me to particularly avoid, I can add it to the list, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Can I ask about your dealings with that was a gang, right? One of the gangs?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like that.
I mean, I know of them. I'm like kind of impressed by them, but they're bad people.
Oh well, Jaden, you should listen and take it from somebody who knows, man. Stay out of gangs, okay? It's not. There's a better way. I promise. You should, even go. I suggest go stay in school, right? I mean, I have not. I studied at the School of Hard Knocks, as it were, and sometimes gang life is the only way to survive when you have nothing else. But sometimes you have to trade away parts of your self-respect and integrity sometimes. And I one day decided that wasn't quite for me. There are a couple of if memory serves, there are 4 or 5 kind of rival gangs throughout the region. I was never deeply intimated with them, but with one. But that's another life type deal. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I understand. You're very different from what you were once. Then.
He presses his lips.
Trying to be, at least.
Well, I think it's still a work in progress, honestly.
All old habits die hard.
Well, especially this old habit right here. I tell you what, the ladies don't know how to quit this, and they ain't been able to kill me yet.
Well, I'm always down for a good brawl, so you can find me in your corner.
Man, you flirting with me? Man, we gotta chill. I'm trying to keep my head on straight. I've never driven these galloping horses before, okay?
No, it's just a little teasing.
Right, okay. Alright, well, Jaden, I see you, Jaden. Well, watch how I may look small, but I'm strong, okay?
I don't doubt that.
But for real, though, if you ever, start feeling squirrely or uncomfortable and you want to get out of Dodge, just give me the hot sign. Like scruff his beard, like he'll give me the sign. Give me the high sign, and I'll get us out of there real fast if you ever start getting skittish. Don't worry about them gang types, because really it's mostly bluster, to be honest.
Yeah. And if you need to talk about things, I'm always a good listener.
Oh, well, I am a good talker, so maybe I'll take you up on that sometime.
Yeah. And if not saying that we have to, I know how to keep my lips closed, but I have people higher up that might be able to deal with some problems that we might have with those folks.
Oh yeah, you know people that you what are you telling me, Jake? You know people who know people. What's happening here?
I know people who know people. I'm a guard captain. Well,
Yeah.
I was temporarily for Firefalls.
Yeah. There is such a thing as honor among thieves, and I don't know if I want to call the feds, because I keep it up under consideration.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I keep it in mind, but sometimes I want to keep stuff private, because then they're like, "How do you know them?" And then it's like, I don't want to complicate it too much. But if we get in a pickle, I keep that in mind. Yeah, Jaden.
Yeah.
I appreciate that's kind of you to say.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. While they're having that conversation, Sauce and Telissa, you guys are in the back of the wagon. Jaden just left to go take their shift, and Conrad is asleep. At this exact moment, there will be a chance for him to wake up if you guys get loud enough and rambunctious enough, also known as here in about 5 minutes. But so you guys are sitting in the back of the wagon, just hanging out, just the two of you, with Conrad asleep.
Hey, what's your favorite color?
Purple?
Oh, that's a good one. That's like probably my second favorite color, but I really, really like this one color. It's kind of like in between pink and purple, but it's not neither of them, and I don't know the name for it, but it's really pretty. And I'll show you my favorite glitter bag.
That is very pretty.
Yeah. Hey, so I just wanted to say it's okay to have imaginary friends, and your imaginary friends could be friends with my imaginary friends, so maybe that would make them real friends, and then, yeah. So, because you seemed like a little distraught when you were talking to your imaginary friend, so I just wanted to let you know, it's totally okay to have imaginary friends. I have some myself.
Imaginary friend? You mean, when I was driving the wagon and then the storm?
And we were like, boop, 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 and we were bopping, and then you got off the boop, bop, beat. And then there was like a really, really big, shiny, bright light, and then you got the thing.
My little dragon friend thing?
Yeah. Also, can I introduce Juice to your little dragon friend thing?
Yeah. His name is Togi. Togi, say hi.
Just hold up Juice, like...
Yeah, they're just like literally Simba-ing their animals to each other. Their pets. Yeah. I don't think that was an imaginary. I don't think it was. It was in my head, but it was very real, and I know that the person that I was talking to is real because my dad talks about him.
Oh, okay. So I have a friend like this, and he's also a real friend, and I met him, but sometimes the talks are imaginary because they're not face to face because their faces are in different places.
Yeah, but like, I don't understand anything that's going on, so like, I'm pretty sure it's a real person. I don't think it's imaginary because that would make me feel even crazier than I feel right now. So, but yeah, I don't know. Life is weird.
My non-imaginary friend is named Link, or Mystery Link. He kind of looks like you, but he's not gooey. Or not scaly. Not gooey.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. I mean, my imaginary, non-imaginary person is called Sylvain.
Maybe they know each other.
Maybe they do.
Because we know each other.
Yeah, we do.
Logic here.
I mean, how big is the world? The world might be very small than that we actually think about it, you know? Like,
say.
Yeah.
Maybe birds, but that's why I don't like birds, because like they're just like all the way up there and they probably think they're so much better than us, and you can't really tell what they're thinking because their eyes are dead and soulless.
Dead and soulless?
Yeah.
Did a bird attack you once?
No. I just, I get things from most animals, and birds are just kind of fucking weird. They stare at you, but they don't have any emotions. It's bizarre. It's like, what do you want from me, bird?
I feel like that's a fair assumption then. If you can
And they
tell
don't decide to poop,
yeah.
it just happens. So if they're above you, it's just, I don't like birds.
So they're soulless jerks, is what you're saying. Got it.
Correct.
And then I will kill every bird that we see, although I've never actually killed an animal before.
Well, only if they're trying to fuck with us. I
Okay.
just pay them no minds. I don't want it to get to their head. It would
then-
be really silly looking with a big head, because then they would be flying like this, and their head would be down, and then their butts would be in the air, and then they wouldn't be able to see where they're going, and then they would fly into a bunch of other things, and then it would be like a big whole thing of chaos. And I really like chaos, but like maybe not like that.
Yeah, not with big-headed soulless things. Definitely
Yeah,
not.
see, you got it. Anyway, I liked you. So
Can
how
I
do you
hear
meet
that?
this Sylvester,
He just appeared and now he like takes.
That's oddly similar to how I got a friend.
Yeah, he and now he just like take cares of me. Words. Yeah, she's
Words
getting.
are words.
Yeah, I don't know. He just appeared.
Oh, well, that sounds nice. He seems nice.
Yeah. He seems mysterious. I don't know too much about him, but my dad says I can trust him, and he's shown that I can trust him. But you know when you feel like there's something more to the story than there.
Whenever anyone's having a conversation at any point.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's more to it than I think, or it feels like, and I don't know. I just don't know about a lot of things, you know?
I do. That is one of the things I know very well, actually. But if I can help you figure them out, and you can help me figure my things out, and then we can figure it out together, and then we can have matching hats and a theme song.
And they will be that half pink, half purple, magenta.
You got it. You see my vision.
Yep. I think we should start on the matching hats first. I think that's first order of business. And then we work on the rest.
We'll have to gather materials. I hope no one else feels left out. Maybe we should get them hats too, but maybe like in a different color, and then like everyone can have friendship hats.
Yeah.
Oh my god, how am I gonna put... Do all of my horns get little hats, or do I get one singular hat?
We can start with one and then work on all of the horny hats.
Oh, that's a good call.
Conrad, go ahead and roll a Constitution check with advantage to see if you wake up.
Well, that's a nat 20. And that's a
You're
19.
awake.
Plus
You're
6.
awake.
So.
Okay.
Sauce's relaxing voice, lulling you to sleep.
Relaxing.
So Conrad, you wake up as they're like talking about Sylvain and all that kind of fun stuff, and you can enter the conversation if you so choose.
He's going to watch it and see how it plays out. See
Okay.
if there's any more information divulged first before he speaks.
Okay.
One of the first rules of bounty hunting is intel gathering.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Plus, it lets him make judgment calls on whether or not how, who, what, where, when, how, on levels of trust for each individual.
Okay. Then Telissa and Sauce can continue carrying on, not knowing Conrad's awake yet.
What do you think we should make the hats out of? Because now I'm very invested in making these hats. What's going to be the best material? And then we could just throw glitter at it, right?
Yeah, I think so. Probably not skin or hair. So we
Or-
can cross those off the list.
Or scales, because...
Yeah, they might fall apart. Maybe there are these things people wear called clothes. So maybe if we just layer a lot of clothes together and then like put honey on it or something sticky so that it sticks together, and then we can like shape it after that.
On that note, real quick, Telissa, roll a perception check for me.
Well, that's a 2 on the die.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna get much better than that.
Strong.
It's gonna be a 4.
Nice. Okay. Sauce, Telissa still hasn't realized that you're not wearing clothes.
No, because Telissa still learning the rules of people and society.
Yep.
She still doesn't quite understand them herself.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying you haven't
Caught
noticed
on.
or fully registered Sauce's clothlessness.
Yeah, but
Because
with
your
the
hair's so big.
Because the hair. Uh-huh.
with the honey comment, Telissa to be like, I don't think. I mean, so like the stickiness is gonna help it stick together, but like it's gonna get stuck in your hair, and you don't want that. Yeah, no, that's gonna take forever to get out.
Yeah, and that's a lot of fluff. Something else that's sticky but not that droopy.
Well, something that people do, because I've learned it at work, is, they do something called sewing, so we can try and find, like, a needle and, like, sew stuff together and make hats, or we can take paper and, like, fold that up we can make hats out of leaves, and make string. Like, we have options.
Yeah. Maybe if we find any dead animals on the road, we could. Well, I guess that's the exception for the whole not making them out of skin. We won't make them out of the skin of the living. Well, maybe the already dead, because then we could return them back to nature of friendship hats. So it's very useful. Yeah.
So we will just look out for materials on the road. Got it.
It's dark out, right? Sauce is still going to like look.
It's 4 p.m.
Oh, it's daytime.
Oh, okay.
Well then, she will keep her eyes peeled.
I should probably just take a little nap.
Okay.
But that requires stop talking, and I don't like when I stop talking because then it's loud in the head instead of loud out here, and then there's just so much things happen at once.
Loud in the head? Why would it be loud in the head?
Oh, I have like 90 thoughts a second.
Oh my goodness.
Like,
no one.
do lizards
No
get
wonder.
married?
Do who get married?
Lizards.
I would imagine so. Why
Kids
not?
know how cute they are? Like, there's so many questions to think about at all times.
No wonder you can't sleep that easily.
Are animals ghosts too?
Telissa's just gonna be like, I might need to take a nap now too.
Friendship nap time, got it.
My head hurts just thinking about this. All right, Conrad. Before they go to sleep,
Do vegetables know they're vegetables?
Okay, and that'll be it.
as Sauce is listing off some of the 90,000 questions she has per second, is Conrad gonna do anything or just kind of let Sauce ADHD her way into nap time?
No, I'm gonna let her nap.
Okay.
He just, after the fight they just had, sitting here looking at him like, nope, not ready for that.
I'm not ready.
I do not choose that headache today.
But maybe tomorrow.
As Sauce would say, maybe tomorrow.
On that note, I think Vulcan would say, "Hey man, just between us, I don't trust birds either. It makes me uncomfortable. I think number one, birds are number one ops. Like you never get concerned that they could just pick you up and fly away. Number
No, I'm
two,
taller than birds.
okay, well that's I don't have that luxury sometimes. Sometimes I've seen some big birds and they make me nervous. They could pick me up, I think. But
Golden
I
eagles.
think yeah, so
I know how you feel about that. Some of them are huge.
I need all
as
four
far
of you to roll perception checks for me real quick.
and
Conrad,
as
if you want
far-
to do one, you can too.
as
Yeah,
far as
fucking
hat
right.
coverings go, I think we should stick a feather in the cap for every bird that comes by, because I don't trust them. We can use the feathers for the hats.
But then,
Roll,
but then, what if they think we're birds and then we accidentally join the bird group?
The bird cult. I got a 19.
17.
14.
Not high. I got a 9 plus perception plus 1, 10. I got 10.
Okay. Good news, you're
At
paying
least
attention
they're all
to the road.
above 10s.
What did Jaden get?
8. I'm paying attention to the
Never
road.
mind.
You're paying. The drivers are doing what drivers are supposed to do and paying attention to straight. The three of you, while talking about birds, you hear a caw up above, but it's like a caw mixed with a roar. And up above,
Not bad.
you see a quadrupedal flying creature headed towards the mountains of Castamar.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Sometimes they're crazy birds.
Well, birds don't usually have hands.
And it
They
turns
can't get
around,
high dives.
and
That one.
Telissa, and Conrad, you see it turn around and start to circle
Around us, like above
around
us.
you guys and above you guys.
What are you talking about? It'll be fine.
All you hear is him grumble underneath his breath factor. What in the 9 house is going to happen now?
I think I need to take my nap now.
Okie doke. Colleen and Jenna, you guys are your characters are gonna take a nap. Conrad, you're awake with the other two, and you've seen this creature you now know is up ahead. They did not. They saw the road.
Hey drivers, do you see the monstrosity that's above us? Or did you even hear its loud, annoying voice?
Oh, I sees it over there, but with any luck, it'll take one of the horses instead of me.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually what they do, right? Cut one loose.
No offense, our fun-sized man, but I don't think they're going to want you.
Oh,
You're meaty, but not enough.
yeah, I'm hoping they'll. I grew up near these parts, around these parts, and like number one, that's why you stay underground, because then you don't have to deal with crazy, flying creatures that are just unholy abominations of the sky.
I'm
But
just going to worry about things poking out holes in the ground and snatching you while you're trying to use the bathroom.
right, totally normal problems. Danger from the ground, not the sky. But with any luck, we'll just keep a low profile, and when it gets, we might be hitting dark in the next couple hours here, and then we can get a sheltered place,
Let's hope, because otherwise I'm pretty sure our 2 talkative friends in the back are going to attract a whole lot of attention because of their excitement. Which, let them have their excitement, by all means. Just don't bring death in our way.
GM, am I able? What is the terrain that we're traversing? The geography.
It's a plains that's atop a plateau. So you're already up on top of high ground in all technicality, but it's a pretty flat pretty flat
Prairie.
prairie. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Very,
there are
very little.
some trees, but there's a little in the way of other coverage. This is prime hunting grounds for things that need line of sight.
Sure. Just out of, I am not proficient in any of these things, but you don't have to be proficient to know when danger is danger. Do I clock that this perhaps could be like separating player knowledge from Vulcan? I'm thinking of like big birds of prey that would grab something and dash them against rocks, right? But having grown up in the area-ish of the dangers, would I know that what kind of creature it could be, even if I'm wrong?
You know 3 options.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's already been identified as a bird.
Mm-hmm.
Like creature, therefore flying capacity. So, your best 3 guesses, having heard what Conrad described. Because you didn't see it or really hear it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a griffin, could be a hippogriff, could be a rock, an ROC, the giant flying rock.
Yes.
As long as you don't
And-
see
Those are the
manticore.
ones.
I was worried
Ru-
about.
What, Manticore?
Theoretically, could be a manticore.
God damn it.
So there's your 4
All
choices of
friends.
what Vulcan
Now it's 4.
knows it could be.
Okay, I think Vulcan is more concerned about. I just put a star on rock. Those are the big birds. Like that's the nightmare. Is a rock, right? Like that is the worst case scenario. But our rocks, they're not quadrupedal.
They are not quadrupedal.
That's good.
But you didn't see it.
Correct.
I'm
afraid of the
didn't
rock.
describe it.
Yeah, I'm afraid of the rock. I'm afraid of
Yes.
the rock.
If he asks, I can tell.
Dwayne Johnson?
was waiting for it.
Well, you know
That's the
what?
Eyebrow raise.
Right before it takes your soul into the sky.
Well.
Sucks. It sucks. Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on the sky, Conrad, and then in luck, maybe it'll find somebody else to harangue. And if it gets close, I got my and I trust a hand crossbow. Maybe blink at him.
I was going to say, you're going to want to shoot that thing before it lands, especially since it has 4 limbs.
Oh,
4.
That takes
Oh.
rock off your list.
oh! I think he kind of slackens. Like he thinks about it and like slackens a little bit. Like realize, like rock is the stuff of nightmares. It's like a big screeching bird that'll take you into the sky. That's way bigger than him. But I think with that he'll think I don't think he knows what a manticore is or a hippogriff. But I do think he's familiar with griffins from outside.
You've heard tales. You've heard tales of all of them, but they're not necessarily. They haven't been a problem for Pyrrus in
Right.
recent history, and that's the heading you're headed. So it's like,
Yeah.
could it
It's kind
maybe?
It's kind of like when people get scared of gators, in Florida, right? Like but if you know, yeah, there's swamp puppies. So it's one of
The
those.
frying pan.
Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate the heads up, Conrad. I keep my eyes to the skies.
You're welcome.
I,
I choose life.
could I maybe attempt to... That might draw it closer, though. Would I know if attempting to, like, blind it in the sky would deter it from drawing closer?
You're gonna reflect the sunlight at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna reflect the sunlight at it.
If you have something reflective, you can try.
I have a lot of glitter.
Yeah, the glitter. I have a metal shield.
Okay, you would have to roll a perception check to find it first.
Yeah, I'm like, damn sun.
So go ahead and roll a perception check.
Perception. A natural 20. 26.
Okay, you can spot not just one, But oh jeez, you see 6 of them.
What?
I'm just like, oh, there. We might want to drive faster. Like,
Yeah!
hightail.
Say less. Yeah! With my no vehicle proficiency.
Go ahead and roll your animal handling. Since
Okay.
you don't have vehicle proficiency, animal handling is your next best option.
Yeah. It's +1. I'm loving these +1s on non-combat stats. Every day. Oh, so tight. Alright. 15 + 1, 16. Yo, I'm a boss, bro. No magic, no skills. I got this.
You're moving, but these 6 flying creatures are flying above you, and the first one you guys heard called 5 more to it because it found something, is what happened. And as you guys are running, they're still circling, but they're circling in like this in the growing
Ascending
oval
motion.
shape. No, it's a growing oval because as they're realizing you're ahead, they're flying up to in front of you, circling around and just drawing that like they're drawing a circle around you, but it's a moving circle. You know the shape I'm talking about, I think.
Mm-hmm.
How you had to circle your parents as they were on a walk riding your bike.
Like a spiral.
Yeah, it's like a spiral circle, but it's not. They're not descending or anything like that. They're just keeping pace above you.
Well, we maintain the pace, I think, and it's just a single, and we have a single. Are we in a single cart?
With that, yes, you have 2 carts
Mhm.
because Archimedes and Kels are driving the second, and you
Correct.
guys also brought 2 additional horses with you that could also be used as riding. But right now, they're all 4 are rigged. Since you guys left the tunnel system, you guys rigged up all 4 horses to the cart because you knew it was a long haul from here. So just to alleviate the pressure on each individual horse. But now you guys are running your horses.
Arguably, we could cut
Let
the
one go.
horses loose. Yeah, like a
Could.
distraction. Yeah.
You could. That is technically an option.
Sacrificial. Don't tell Sauce.
It's Sauce and Jaden's horses that were the extras. Vulcan and Telissa's are the 2 that were originally brought for the cart.
Okay. Well, I think my Vulcan, without further interference, would maintain pace, and if they get within 60 feet, I'm cutting one of the horses loose.
Okay. Jaden, while you were looking at them and you saw 6 of them, A, that takes out Manticore.
Mhm.
B, their wings take out Manticore. With a nat 20, the front 2 feet are Raptoran, so they are the predator bird claws. They've got the talons and all that jazz. The back 2 feet, here's where Eric has to make a choice. The back 2 feet actually look like lion's feet, and the tail is actually the tail of a lion, and the head is a weird combination of lion's mane, but more of a bird face. So you're identifying these essentially as a griffin.
I was sitting there like I know what this is in my head. The word is like, this is that one or that one.
This is a pack of griffins that were out hunting.
Yeah, I'll like continue to look at them as he's racing, and I'll just say they're griffins. There's 6 of them.
And roll a nature check.
Nature. Yeah, that's about right. 8.
you don't know anything more about Griffons. That's what you know about Griffons, is they will come down, they will eat. They will eat and they will kill. That's
They're part life. They're part bird.
That's what
They'll
you
eat
know.
food.
So, alright. Go ahead and Vulcan, give me another handle animal.
Sure.
So far, the ride's been bumpy, so Telissa and Sauce, you're still napping fine in the back. It hasn't been bumpy, so you're okay.
That is 10 plus 1, 11.
11. Now it gets bumpy. Sauce and Telissa, go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw against these bumpity bumps. Higher is better.
19. Oh,
Good.
22.
Okay, 22 for Sauce. You're awake. And still in the cart.
11.
You're awake after falling out of the cart.
Yep. There it is.
And you are going to take 2 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
You guys did get the benefit of a short rest at the very least.
Yeah. Which is what I needed in case I had to cast any spells.
The good news is the warlock is the one who fell out of the cart.
The one time I'm not playing a goddamn warlock.
Wait, how is that good news? I don't understand.
You get your
You
spell
got
back.
your spells back.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got nothing besides, less bruises.
Oh, sorry.
Well, it's very nice now, though.
Sauce has wild shapes though, so that's a thing.
Yeah, but I think I already had my shape charges, so.
Probably.
Yeah.
Knowing Sauce, probably. Alright. Conrad, what were you doing as these two were waking up?
Probably trying to find the other ones that she saw, because I only saw one.
Okay. As soon as Jaden identified and pointed it out to you, you see that there are 6 overhead. And now you know
The only
they
way
are
for
Griffins.
survival is to identify all the number of threats.
And as soon as Jaden helped you with that, I'm assuming they would have told the people who were awake in the cart,
Yeah.
not just Vulcan. So yeah, they are up overhead.
I would end up
And-
yelling back to Archimedes and Kelson, let them know of the danger.
Perfect. As you shout that, Telissa rolls out the back of the cart, and you see her wake up as she's rolling. Kels swings down and just yoinks Telissa right up and puts her on the seat between Archimedes and Kels.
Telissa's just looking around like, what? What's going on?
I got you, little one.
Kels just looks at you and says, "We got you, boo boo." As she pulls up and just starts summoning up a fire in between her hands, real quick.
Muscle mommy.
So she's basically readying her reaction for hellish rebuke if they come down and attack her. But they're driving, and out of Archimedes' cart, you see a ballista just start forming out of pure magic and start aiming at these griffins.
Oh man.
Basically, his cart just turned into a tank.
Welcome to Archimedes. Bullshit that I invented.
And he's just back there laughing.
Once I hear that laugh, I know he's okay.
Yup, he actually even drops down this magical goggle, like magical monocle thing, in front of his eye, where he is now looking sort of through and aiming this ballista with this psionic connection. So, Telissa, you're back there seeing all this. What are you gonna do?
Target is an exhaust board
She
about 3 meters in diameter.
she's just still processing because she's like thinking to herself, Sauce and I were just talking about birds and now we're getting attacked by birds and I fell out of the cart. And so she's like having like this little stream of like panic. So she's kind of just frozen in place, just like panicking, looking at whatever the fuck they're doing.
Well, technically they are not birds. They are technically griffins, and griffins are a cross species between giant hawks or rocks, as some people may know them, and lions. They're technically not dangerous to us as humanoids. However, what they
I don't
want
mind
is
those nearly
our
as
horses.
much. They probably have normal eyes.
What they want is our horses.
Oh,
Why do they want our horses?
that's rude.
Because they are hungry. It's that time of year. Winter is coming. As he whips his cart, and he just starts going faster himself. Getting a 16 or 17 on his animal handling to just drive his tank. Now up alongside Vulcan. Vulcan, I advise that we move with significant haste as he casts Long Strider on your 4 horses.
Oh, nice. Hee-yah!
Oh, the bah!
Telissa is gonna yell over to Sauce, be like, we talked about birds and now we got
The
birds.
birds, no!
One of them's like, I heard you talking shit.
And then Telissa's gonna be like, to our comedians, I know they're not technically birds, but they're still birds.
We
Technically,
blame the
yes.
eccentric ones.
Technically, yes.
Alright.
Shall I begin firing?
Yeah, let them rip, brother. What are you doing?
Yes,
And you just see him hand over the reins to Kels, and he starts shooting. He's going to start off by shooting 3 ballista blasts.
Get him.
Holy
This is
shit,
only
I
die.
kid you not. 17 and 2 nat 20s against these
Get him. Scare them.
At least they're not. Those nat 20s aren't against us this time. That feels nice.
Ironically, I haven't rolled well on these same dice for the last month.
They're like, now we'll behave.
Yeah.
Alright, each of these is a 3d10 ballista blast.
Yes. Send them to hell.
Which one?
All of them.
7 and 5 and 9 and 14.
Second lair's kind of nice this time of year.
So
Yeah. Yes.
The first one, which was only a 17, shoots up, pierces right in the rear, in one of the rear legs, and does 21
Literally
points of
thought you were going to
damage.
say the exhaust port.
No, not the exhaust port. We're not shooting for their assholes.
Yeah.
Said it beforehand, and then you just
But-
said the rear.
But if they
Wording, man,
don't get the
wording.
lesson, we will shoot for the assholes. Okay.
Okay.
Look, I gotta show you that I'm alive and okay over here.
The first crit hits a different one for 45.
Yeah, go to hell.
And then the next one is 49 points of 49 points of damage to it on the second crit. And yeah, so they just take a shit ton of damage on that first, not really combat, but just he just launches these 3 ballista and targets 3 different individuals. The two that got crit hit are now flying away.
Good.
The one that just got hit is not, or is still staying in formation. So there's only 4 left.
All right.
Self-preservation is an animal's primary motivation.
Yeah,
I
they got
mean,
hit.
hunger is significant, but not worth it.
Unless we
right.
sit there and apparently came across their ice and didn't know it.
Mm-hmm. It's not impossible, but typically griffins they layer up in a mountain, cliffside type thing. So you probably didn't.
Are we heading towards the mountain?
You are headed towards the mountains, but they're still 2 or 3 days away.
Hmm.
Yeah, but for flying creatures, 2-3 days away from mountains is nothing. Right?
Correct. That's within hunting territory. They might be on the edge of their territory, but it's still their hunting grounds. Okay. Anything else you guys are going to try and do to attack these griffins? They're call it 100 feet in the air. So
Yeah,
they're
I can't
within
reach
range of a button. Really? Vulcan, the 5'5" boxer?
I can't. Wait, I'm driving. What do you want me to do?
Right?
I could tell you.
I don't like it.
Can Sauce talk to them from 100 feet?
She can
Scream at them,
try.
Sauce.
Because she's got speed with
man.
animals.
Hit him with the ADHD thought sauce.
Get me within 60 feet.
Oh.
No, they have to be close.
Unless I'm really loud.
Okay.
Does anyone have thaumaturgy?
Kels does.
Yup.
She drops the hands and says, "You need to be louder, my dear."
I could also potentially message. That's 120 feet.
Yeah, you could.
Okay, I'm gonna message them in bird, I guess. This is Sauce's least favorite thing she's ever had to do, and she's like angry to be taps. They're not as happy as the excited ones, but we'll do it for her friends. What do you want me to say?
Go away.
Yeah, can you tell them not to eat us?
Hey,
Especially the
bird
small
things.
one.
I'm sure you're nice, but so are we, and we don't taste good. So can we please get through?
Roll a persuasion.
Your wings are nice.
Roll a persuasion check.
As we're shooting them.
I promise we're nice.
17.
Okay. They got a nat 20 on their insight.
Oh,
Okay. I'm sorry. I think flying creatures are really weird. I didn't mean it when I said your wings look really nice. They're kind of terrifying looking, but maybe that's what you're going for. And if so, great job.
Release the food in front of you and we will be gone.
That's not food. They're friends.
Those horses are nothing but food.
What if I get you like different food that's like not, getting us to the place where we need to be?
Horse is best food.
Okay, but there's like other horses. You don't need these. These are just really big donkeys.
Deception check.
They're just really big asses. Got it.
That's a nat 20. This is the best time.
I rolled a 3.
Yeah, these are donkeys. These here are donkeys, sir.
Yeah, I didn't like her.
Oh. My eyesight
Donkeys are a
must-
lot gamier than horses. Very chewy.
Of
Bad
course
beats.
they are. My eyesight must be failing.
I mean, you're just so high up.
I will get closer then.
No, thank you. No, thank you. You can I don't
As
know how
this
Sauce's voice got even higher, but it did.
As this one that you're talking to just swoops down, does a flyby.
I'm gonna cast fireflies and just make a giant cloud of fireflies that goes above our cart and pretend it's for light. Because that will hopefully help.
Perfect. What's your saving throw on that?
Oh, it just happens.
No,
but
I know that. I know that. He's
Oh,
rolling
for my-
against a something, so what's your saving throw?
for my save DC is 14.
14. Well, he rolled a 2. I mean, a 12. I mean, yes, he rolled a 2 on the die. So he's like, oh.
See?
He's
Really
right.
big donkeys, mutant donkeys.
So bright.
Yeah, really
We'll
bright.
We'll
Because of the mutation in these donkeys.
we'll check in later.
Check it.
So they fly. The four of them fly away, following this older-looking griffin
Probably all trying to.
in the direction you're going.
Yellow fart.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn to everyone. I'm like, if anyone asks, that's bird-shaped. These are donkeys pulling our carts. And give zero context to any of the other part of the conversation. I fooled the birds.
Donkey.
We good?
Well, they're really hungry, and like, I get it. I get a little cranky when I'm hungry too, but I was like, oh, I'll just bring you other food, and like, you can have like a snack on that. And then they were like, no, horses are the best. And I'm like, these aren't horses, they're donkeys. And here we are. And now there's a bunch of fireflies above our cart.
Oh man.
Nailed it.
Yeah, no, no, that was good. That was good. Better than them coming down here and haranguing us. How many horses do we have total?
6.
6 horses? Okay.
You guys have
I-
a herd, which is
Yeah.
why something that attacks a herd attacked.
Yeah. I'm fully expecting them to be back. I say nothing, but I look for the horse that looks like the lamest, and I'm mentally
One of them is
ready
actually
to.
a donkey.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a survival check. I think that's going to
Sure.
be decent for you.
You just stop and you're like, hey, horses, how old would you say you are?
That one's gonna be a 7. A 7 this time.
Okay. You can't. You've been around more donkeys and mules than horses.
Yeah. This is new. So wait.
The one that looks the oldest is one that's it's a full black, like Arabian styled horse, but he's got some graying going on down his mane and down his tail. But it could have been like that since birth. You technically don't know, but there is one that, according to humanoid standards, would be old.
All right. I might have to take old Yeller out back. I might have to do something here, but hopefully we don't get to that point. But Vulcan is ready. Vulcan is ready to offer a horse.
I offer this as a sacrifice to the Griffin gods.
Yeah, 100%.
Fabulous. Okay. Telissa, you're still over here with Kelson Archimedes. Did you want to talk to them or anything while you were over in this cart with them?
No.
Okay.
She's nothing comes to mind, at least.
That's fine. That's
Yeah.
fair. Kels just picks you up and sets you down over in your cart.
Thank you.
Of course. Of course, happy to help. And they pull back into the spot they were in to begin with, which is behind you guys, and take a little bit more distance between you, so that in case someone falls out of the cart again.
Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
Okay. So you guys ride for the next for that night. You guys corral up for the overnight. Anything you guys wanted to talk about over dinner, over anything like that? It's all 5 of you.
I think maybe not this first night. But I think Vulcan's chewing on some interactions. But I think as far as the evening goes, you might see that, like, if we settle into, like, I'm thinking like classic prairie cart circle, like where you take your little wagons and like circle up and stuff.
That's exactly what it is.
I'm picturing like Sauce gave Vulcan. I have note 17 whipping sticks is my note. Okay. I think you'll see kind of Vulcan kind of collecting like materials like in the back of a wagon, and it's just assorted like the sticks, the mugs he took from the tavern, and from his tool belt, he takes a set of. There's a one package that's like wrapped in like felt or like leather that like he doesn't unsheath or disoccupy. It's still wrapped up, and then kind of sets it aside, and then reaching into like his stash, he pulled out a separate set, or a separate wrapped package, and starts pulling out like some small woodworking tools, grooves, and not like a scalpel, but like hooked ways to like carve stuff, and just starts kind of, hey man, anybody got like some, I don't know, I'm thinking like some loose leather straps, some string, something to tie. I've got
Yeah. And I just
Yeah.
like go into my pack and like just, pull out some scraps. Sauce has lots of weird things.
So where do you keep all this, right?
Secrets.
Secret place, huh? That's cool. No, I can
I have
respect
so many
it.
pockets in my belt. I'm just kidding. But I honestly don't know where a lot of things are at any given moment, so I don't technically know where I keep them. But they're always somewhere around here.
I know. I also have a secret space, so I understand. Is sometimes things manifest, and sometimes you lose them, but it's okay. These sticks, you know what, Sauce? You got a good eye for sticks. Anybody ever tell you that before?
I don't think so, but I appreciate it. That's a good compliment. That's one of my favorites I've ever received.
Yeah, I know. These sticks got good heft. They got good haft. You can whip on. Ha! And you'll see Vulcan he's gonna try to take some of the whipping sticks and with assorted materials, you'll see him start to like fashion. This is a little easier on his hands, but also to try and like fashion a club, to kind of take a couple of sticks together and kind of stripping away like the impurities within the knobs of the sticks and trying to make like a bounded 5 to 6 piece like rod, something that he wouldn't necessarily want it to come apart very easily, but just something that he's kind of working on. And if I could spend like 2 hours just doing some woodworking, and I think he wouldn't try to hide it. He would put all the materials like in the back of a wagon, but I think it's something that you would see him start to do to fill time.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a wood carving.
Okay. Just so it's in here as well. Got it. And 1 second. One second. And
I think while you're making things, Sauce would show you her staff, which she calls her big magic bonk stick, because she can both bonk people with it and cast magic with it. So this is my favorite stick I've ever found.
Oh my
You have a
god.
favorite stick of the 17? Did you name any of them? Are they all friends?
Well, yeah, they're all friends, of course, because you gave them to me. These sticks are my friends, and if I may say, Sauce, that's a mighty fine bonking stick you got there.
Thank you.
I
She's
think
just like whipping it around in the air, like.
Yeah, no, it's a work of art. It looks good, and so I'm a tactile kind of person. I've always enjoyed working with my hands, and he kind of like looks at his own hands that are all bandaged, and like there's no blood or anything, but like you can tell there's stiffness and scarring on his hands. And he goes, I used to be like, when I was younger, I didn't have a lot of money, so I would just.
What's money?
It's what lets like you have shelter and eat often. But but I learned to make do with what I could find, right? But I had an accident, and so my hands aren't quite what they used to be. So I'm starting easy, and I'm trying to make a bonking stick, right? Just, maybe, because sometimes my hands be hurting, and I
Also,
like
just gonna
those.
cast Cure Wounds on your hands. Does this help?
I think that might be the first time anybody's gently touched his hands. Like, those hands are used to combat. And so while there's no effect, I think the warmth from that, yeah. No,
That's good.
I think that does the trick just right. And
Let me know if you ever need more. I can do this approximately 2 more times.
Well, I think
Or I sleep.
I'm good. No, I think this will be enough to get me through the night and maybe stabilize my hands a little bit. I can already tell that they don't have quite the same shake, so thank you. It's very kind. And Eric, I'm gonna make my wood carving check. I'm gonna do it for the branch that I dropped in.
Of course, go for it. However, one thing I want to make you aware of, you will not have disadvantage on this because of the thing Sauce just did. It doesn't actually heal you, but she used a spell slot, so I wanted to reward the spell slot with a bonus of some kind. So
I love
you're going to roll even instead of disadvantage.
Love that. And then I have +2, or proficiency +2 at this level, right? Level 3?
Yes.
Okay. Come on. Big money, no whammies. Nat 20! Oh my god! Let's go, power of friendship, what the fuck?
Because otherwise you'd have had to drop a nat 20, which would have been so
Tragic.
dirty. That would have been
Nice.
tragic.
I
Okay.
spend the next 2 hours smoothing out maybe 5 or 6 of the sticks, kind of getting their weight right, and then tying them together with scraps of leather, whatever miscellaneous items Sauce has contributed to with their integrity, and I make 2 hours of progress on my Club of Unconsciousness.
You make
Ooh,
4
4.
hours of, because I'm rewarding that nat 20 with an additional amount of time. So you reduce that down.
Fuck yes. Alright,
Okay.
then I make 4 hours of progress out of 6 on my Club of Unconsciousness.
Perfect. Alrighty. Fan-friggin-tastic. I love it. Anyone else wanted to do anything this evening before you guys hit the hay?
She's gonna be super quiet, but as soon as there's a pause, because you guys were talking about secrets, places, and stuff, Telissa's just gonna make the comment and saying, everyone's got secrets. I mean, we got attacked by someone who was sent by Conrad's dad, I think, if I understood that correctly.
That would be my dad, yes, unfortunately. He is one of those fathers that expects perfection, but loves to sit there and tear it apart. Don't.
I know the kind.
Fortunately, he's also a higher up in the demon army.
Y'all close, or like not really?
I mean, his dad sent people to kill him. Is that not... Does that not answer your question?
I don't know, man. I didn't really know my daddy, okay? I don't know how it works, alright?
If given the chance, I'll put a bullet right in his eyes.
Ah.
I mean...
Shit, that doesn't sound like I don't know. Sounds serious, man. It's,
At that
I guess
point,
reconciling's not possible?
I think that's actually a solid question on the table. At that moment, just for the shits and giggles, Conrad will look at Kels and give her a nod in the factor of a it's time type of acknowledgement. So then you're going to see Conrad pull back his black cloak, and you're going to be seeing a metal mask that has adorned his face this whole time, seeming half draconic in nature. At which point he's going to take that off. And Eric, I'll let you do with that as you wish for reactions. Or
let's go ahead and have everyone make a wisdom saving throw real quick. It's just a DC 10. It's not hard. But you guys have been rolling pretty badly, so...
I rolled above
Also,
it.
I will put it out there that when he takes off the mask, he's going to put it in front of him and face it towards Telissa, as he's trying to remember specifically her name. Because it should look similar to something she said on the road multiple times.
Okay. What did Telissa get for a wisdom save?
She got a 4 on the die, so that's a 6.
You don't notice what he was trying to... You don't notice what he was trying to point out. Because you now have the frightened condition of of Conrad for a moment. You're a little frightened because this is not the face you were expecting when you first saw him. Sauce, what did you get?
A 10 on the dot, and she has a +6, so that
Then
would
you
be
are
a 4.
gravy. You're used to weird shit.
Yeah.
All right, Jaden.
18.
You're okay. You're a weird shit yourself. Vulcan.
19 plus 1. I've seen uglier faces in the streets.
Awesome.
I'm the only one terrified for a sec. Well, I think I'm also confused as what it means, so that's also where the terror also is coming in, because I'm like, I don't know what it's supposed to mean.
Alright, so Conrad, back to you. You see the look of fear on Telissa's face. The other three just kind of accept that you are who you are. What does your face look like that causes this confusion within Telissa?
No, the face itself probably shouldn't, but it's the mask that should remind her of something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so your face is a fairly straightforward tiefling-looking face, correct?
No.
Okay, go ahead and describe what looks different than a standard tiefling.
So it may look similar to a tiefling, but at which point, since the other ones haven't really noticed much of anything, he's going to assume that they don't necessarily grasp what he is. And at that point, out of his bag, he's going to pull out the 2 broken horns that he's carried with him since the day he got to Karstki.
Okay.
And hold them up to the back of his head to give them a better understanding of he's not a tiefling. He is, in fact, a champion of the demon army. He is one of those that has caused or been a part of so much war in the Demon's Tale.
Jaden, I feel like you would know a fair bit about that history over there. Off and on for the better part of 800 years, there's been off and on war in the Demon's Tale between the demons, the tieflings, and the Dragonborn down in that area. Right now, they're at a time of peace. But historically, and you don't know how old Conrad is, but historically, there has been war down there in abundance, led by the the demons of the Demon's Tail, or occasionally against them, where they're defending themselves. Vulcan, you would know right now that they're in a time of peace, so he's talking about war as if it is happening, even though they've been in a time of peace for over a decade now.
Yeah.
And Sauce, you're just happy to be here. Ooh, war, that's a bad thing.
I can make more friends.
So that's roughly what you guys know. Telissa, again, you know very much like Vulcan, it's a time of peace, which is why you were willing to leave to explore the various karsts, because there wasn't an imminent threat from anything in the Demon's Tail right this second. So you guys figured you would take the opportunity to explore and figure this puzzle out, because you never know how long peace lasts in that area.
Yeah, I'll motion to like the wagons and the generator, and I'll be like, "Is this another campaign?"
Archimedes and Kels are not involved with that. I was dropped off. Eric, what was it? 6, 7 years?
6 years.
6 years. I was dropped off 6 years in front of Karst Keep, as I was invited by a certain being that Telissa should recognize my mask looks like, since she already said his name twice on this trip. Sylvain.
Mystery friend!
Sylvain got me and offered me a deal the day of my execution. My father is Orcus, the Demon Lord.
Oh.
That's why I said at my earliest convenience, I'll put a bullet between his eyes.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Vulcan and Telissa, both of you know that Orcus is the head of... He is the self-proclaimed king of demons down in the Demon's Tail. He lives here on the material plane and is the main aggressor down there. He starts wars, or starts reactionary wars, or preemptive wars, or wars of boredom, or civil war within his own people even. So he is a very aggressive little bitch.
My father was going to execute me because I have done nothing but be militarized since the day I was born. I have run missions, operations, defenses, my entire life trying to win the respect of at least being good enough. And on the day that I found that would never happen is the day I fell in love with another being. A tiefling, at that.
It's not me, as Kelsey yells out.
The only one that would love you is the little gnome.
Of course, and we are now going to excuse ourselves and go to our own tent. Have a good evening, y'all. As she picks him up and carries him to the tent. And they disappear.
Probably because they also know that now's the time that he's divulging things, so to give space.
But they made sure you got started.
So when my father found out that I fell for a tiefling, who coincidentally had been a hostage, well, needless to say, my father being who he is, doesn't take lightly to that.
Well, what happened to your lover? Where are they at now?
That is the deal me and Sylvain made. I would be a pawn in his plans, or as he called me, a backup plan. I have one of two destinations in this existence. It's either going to be find my lover, or kill Orcus.
Why not both?
I'm tired of war. As he at that point takes off his belt, which has numerous tools, sets up on it, and lays it down in front, and then pulls out one or two prostheses from his bag that the horns had been in. Not only did I lead a regiment, I also sat there and bandaged up many a comrade. I am an inventor, just like Archimedes. I simply made prosthesis to help get the demons back in the fight. Because as anyone knows, and he'll make a glance towards Vulcan at that point, fighters and warriors aren't good unless they're fighting. That's what we're told and raised on. That's how we survive. At that point, he will also reveal the firebrand tattoo on the back of his neck, just like Kels did. If she sat there and saw fit to reveal hers, he feels comfortable enough to reveal his. If it comes down to it, yes, I will kill Orcus. But I grow tired of war. I would prefer to actually improve life rather than take it. And the love of my existence proved that to me. When she sat there and even showed me how to create and how to improve. She is the one that sat there and taught me my craft and helped me better it. Archimedes is showing me how to master it. So I would prefer to just disappear with her than to deal with that blood-bathed swine. So that is why you had the people after me and fighting to try and get my head, because nobody leaves the demon army. I was banished, yes, but Orcus never lets anybody live. That's why I say I'd rather just disappear with her. And if I find that he has done anything to her, I will take every ounce of technology that I have and will create, and I will destroy everything that Orcus is. He will not be able to hide from me any of the nine hells, or the deepest, darkest spaces of this plane of existence or the next. Because I am not Conrad Shadowhorn. That is an alias made for the firebrand. I am someone much, much different. And for that, I will leave that name for a different time. Because it is best that I do not give you too much information that you can't ever leave.
Hey, Conrad, look, man, if we're sharing, right, I think Vulcan will start to undo some of his bandages in his hand. And he did reveal it when they were dealing with the Sapphire thugs when he was trying to get them to step off. And he'll undo the bandages, and you can see on his hands, on the top of his hands, there is heavy scarring. Almost looks like you can see like the impression of like grabbing, or like fingers etched into burned rather into the tops of his hands. But you can see the faint outline, or what remains of a Baki Fuego sigil, which is, the home unit where the firebrands are an auxiliary unit. And he goes, "Hey man, there's nothing wrong with wanting to start over and wanting to be true to yourself. It's all right to disappear for a better life, I think."
As much as I want it doesn't necessarily mean others will let me have it.
Well, it's not up to them. It's up to you, brother. Sometimes you gotta take a stand.
And that's exactly why Sylvain stopped me from putting a bullet in Marcus's face.
Vulcan will wrap his hands back up. Do you know where your lover is now?
As it stands right now, no. Sylvain is supposed to find that information for me.
Okay. Well,
All I can tell you is that she is a higher ranking official in the Tiefling world.
hey man, well, when we get out from Castamar, well, I love me a happy ending. They're hard to come by in the world, I think. So if you let's say, from one person to another who's trying to start a new life, I've got your back. You got mine.
It would be nice to have a nice Conrad again.
And then Vulcan will just his usual chatty charisma has kind of run out from talking about the past, and he'll go back to carving his bonk stick.
Yeah, I think whichever path you choose in life, whether it be either or both, I can get behind that. I mean, your father kind of sounds like mine, and I'm kind of been avoiding that.
As much as we want to forget it.
So, if you need an ally,
Yeah, you're on the friendship list.
yeah, I would gladly help. And I got some free time on my hand after we deliver this generator.
I don't know how to get behind a path because usually you walk on top of it, but I think my best friend Captain will be able to teach me how because she is the bestest captain ever. Or they're the best captain ever, and I will do so good at that. For friendship.
Conrad puts his hand over his face and just smiles for the first time in a long time. Like an actual, genuine, relieved smile of not just looking over his shoulder or the antics that him and Kels have faced, but an actual, softer smile.
And that just leaves Telissa. You finally realize, after him saying Sylvain's name and taking that moment of borderline fear to figure out this mask was crafted in a semblance of Sylvain's jaw.
Mm.
However, roll an investigation check for me. I want to see if you recognize it.
Natural 1.
That's a 3.
Okay, no, you don't recognize any further detail than that much. But you now have the ability you have the wherewithal to be able to talk back to Conrad, and after hearing his story, seeing this mask, you can ask whatever questions you may need to at this point, or give, like the others did, any level of backing and support that you may want. It's entirely Telissa's floor right this second. Unless she just wants to go to bed, that's an option too.
No.
Tough day.
I think I think she's still very much wrestling with everything that's transpired recently, especially the information that that was dropped on her. I think she's just gonna give Conrad a nod, a solemn nod and support, and then take a moment. She could take a deep breath and be like, "Yeah, I know Sylvain. I'm not from this world. I was pulled from another world, and I watched my friends die, and then I was pulled from that world. And I don't have all of my memories, but I know that much. And Sylvain is the reason that I'm here, and I know how old I was in that world, but I've only technically been in this world for 9 years, so I guess that makes me 9 years old. But I'm technically 18 years old, so I don't know what I'm doing here. I didn't realize I had powers until, a few days ago. My dad is not my real dad. I don't know what that makes Sylvain. So I don't know how much help I can be. The majority of my life was the archaeological dig and learning all of that, which was only for 9 years. But I don't know how much I can help. I'm just here, being pushed along by others' decisions that they make for me. So I don't know.
Conrad will take. He'll wait till she finishes. He'll make a comment about it.
Yeah, that's it. She's just gonna stare into the fire.
Jaden's gonna take off her cape and just drape it around her.
Yeah.
At that point, Conrad will say something that's been weighing on his mind the entire time while receiving all of the information and secrets, as Telissa said. It genuinely warms a demon's heart when he has comrades. But I will say this, you've already seen what my father plans on doing. None of you are tied to me. None of you are made to be here, nor will I ever make any of you be here. And then he'll look at Telissa and be like, all of you have the right and the deserving to make your own free will decisions. Sylvain dropped me here, yes, and he has some sort of plan. But my destiny is still my own. And so is yours.
She's just gonna solemnly nod.